Hi, students. So this is a two-page explanation of really basic explanation of making questions, but it'll probably help you making most questions in your life, not all of them. So I'll go through this document and we'll try some examples together. You'll have to pause the video to try your own answers with the examples. So generally, there are two types of questions: yes/no questions and WH questions. So on page 1, we look at yes/no questions, and on page 2, we look at WH questions. And here's a list of WH words in case you don't know. So there are many, many rules for questions, like you see in your textbook, but these 4 rules should help you almost all of the time. The first thing to know is there's 2 main verbs that change question forms. One is the to be verb. It's a special verb and it changes how we make questions. And then the rest of the verbs all make questions the same way. So those 2 groups. And finally, with the other groups, you have helper verbs. So helper verbs are verbs that come before the main verb. Usually, do is the helper verb. Modals can also be helper verbs, and the verb to be can also be a helper verb in present continuous or present progressive tenses. So here we go. Yes/no questions with the verb to be. So you flip the subject and verb from the statement. Easy. You have a subject and verb in the statement and you flip it in the question. So you are happy right now becomes are you happy right now? Let's try one. Dwayne is talking. No, Dwayne is happy. No, Dwayne is a teacher. A good one? I don't know. And so pause this and make the question. Now unpause after you made the question and see if you're right. Is Dwayne a teacher? So you see here how I flipped the subject and verb from the statement. Okay, let's delete that. Now the other kind is yes/no questions with every other verb. You put the helper verb to be in front of the subject. You don't flip your subject and verb. So she reads the directions well becomes does she read the directions well? Do you see? This is the same as this. Let's try one here. Dwayne gives great instructions. So pause and make a question. Now unpause and see if you got the right form. Does Dwayne give great instructions? So there's an extra thing happening here. So hopefully you got it right, but there's an S. Careful with the S. There's an S on the verb here. The S goes on the helper verb do here. Same. There's an S here. The S goes on the helper verb do here. Notice that there's no S on the main verb in the question. I'm going to delete this again. WH questions. Can I do all of this in 5 minutes? So WH questions with to be, you flip the subject and verb, just like in the yes/no question, and put your WH word at the beginning of the sentence. So it is over there. You say, where is it? They are happy. Why are they happy? So let's try one. Dwayne is in front of the computer. Write a question and pause so then you can check it. So after you write the question,